Sword Rider, Transformers reviews and toy related chat. Sword Rider, Sword Rider.
Hello everyone, it's Sword Rider here, and welcome to a new series of videos I'm going to do affectionately called Transformers Trash to Treasure. And what started my idea for this series is that TF Nation, and I bought myself a Generation 1 Househead, a figure that I've been looking at for a while, and he proceeded to break on me the moment I got him home. So what I'm going to do with this series is basically, there's a number of figures that I've picked up that need a little bit of restoration. I've picked up Pretender Starscream, Generation 1 Swoop. I've got a landfill that I started to do that I haven't actually finished yet. So what I've decided to do is document those restorations on video. A little bit influenced by Mr. Wellness's Ultra Magnus video, but what I'm going to try and do is compress this down into one video rather than having it in several parts. So, those of you that watch my haul video, you'll notice I picked up a Househead, and he snapped in two basically. Now, I've already started to strip down Househead simply because I wanted to see what options I had to fix him, really. Now, the joint that are broken, this is the leg part and this is part of the feet, connects together here like so. Is it there? And there. So, you can see that's where the joint broke. It's completely sheared. The join wasn't the best, to be honest with you. Now, I could try and glue that, but the other problem is that the ratchet on this is so tight. And I think the reason why this broke is it may have been reassembled, because there's no way this has been this tight for that long and there's no rusting on the screws. So I think this might have been reassembled at some point. The screws have been over tightened and essentially it's ended up with me snapping the figure in two. Now, I was a bit disappointed with this. I went straight on eBay and this guy come today after a couple of days. So this is another Househead figure. Now, I know what you're thinking, well, why don't you just stick the head on this body? Well, the main problem I thought of that was removing this section here, the ladder section or the hose section. It's basically, I don't know if it's pinned or just clipped in, but I worry, especially after the plastic breaking on this, and this is the same kind of plastic, if that would actually take the strain. So my first option with this junker was just basically to replace this entire back section with the back section on here, which I thought would be a good plan because this guy completely has no stickers on. I won't have to remove any of the stickers and basically just needs a bit of a clean. The only problem with that plan is what I've noticed on the replacement Junker Househead is one of these wheels has completely started to shear off. So how I'm going to tackle this is I'm going to replace the entire top section of this body and keep the leg section as is. So essentially from the waist down, Househead's going to have a transplant. Basically keeping 50% of the figure that I bought at TFN. So the other stuff I need to do on this guy, I've ordered some Repro labels, but on his head as well, there is a little bit of paint wear on the silver. I'm literally just going to touch that up. I'm not going to overload it with paint. I'm going to dry brush it and try and get rid of a little bit of that, just to make it a little bit better and a little bit less painful on the eye. And I will try and get some replacement parts for this. They are quite rare. I'm open to getting repro parts, but yeah. So what you'll notice now is you might see me going hands in front of the camera. That's because I'm going to try and show you what I'm doing. But all I'm going to do right now is, first of all, I'm going to replace the parts. I'm going to get him back together, and then after that, when the stickers arrive, I'll film another video removing the stickers and putting them on there. But you'll see this all in this one video. So you'll notice my clothes or my beard might grow or get shorter at some point during this video. So this, in theory, should be a quite simple fix. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to undo these screws here. I've got all the parts laid out here, ready to be reassembled. And literally I'm just going to unscrew this guy. It is only 4 screws. I'm not going to bother taking the other screws out because there's no need. All I want to get access to is this half of the figure here, simply so I can do a little bit of a transplant on him. So, screws aren't as bad on this as I thought they were in the picture. They look quite rusted, but it's actually not in that bad nick. And if it wasn't for that broken wheel on the front that I showed you earlier, then I probably would be keeping this guy as is. So, that's how simple it was. I've removed the front section here, and this is the part of the cab that's going to stay on my house head. So what we need to do now is start to rebuild house head. So tip these screws out, and we're going to just place this section back inside. We need to place the arms. The arms should face around this way, like so. Back in place. There we go. So place them back in place, and then we're going to take the back section of house head and place that back on top. So there we go. So all we need to do now is to put these screws back in and not knock any parts on the floor. So these screws just fit back in the gaps here and here, and simply all we then have to do is nip these up. And it would help if the magnet didn't just take that out of the screw out, but never mind. Never mind. I was really gutted when this broke into. It actually took a couple of minutes to register with me, simply because like you just spent like 40 quid or whatever it was. And I know it's a second-hand toy, and I know things break, and these are 30 odd years old, but there was still that shock factor. And do I regret buying it? I know I said I did in my TFM video, but now I know. In that moment in time I did, but now I've still got a figure that I wanted, and actually I've fixed it, I've made it better, and that's something I love doing with Transformers. It's something that I actually used to do with my dad as such. So my dad used to get various junkers, not being born in '84, I missed out on a lot of figures, and there was a lot on car boot sales when I was 6 and 7. And we used to pick up junkers, and my dad used to sit there, strip them apart and do this. So it's kind of nice to be able to follow in his footsteps in a way. So we have a hose head that is now not snapped in two. So here he is. He's now complete again as such. He needs a bit of a clean. The stickers need to be taken off, but he's not that dirty where I need to submerge him in loads of water and take him apart and all that kind of stuff. Let's see if he transforms, because I haven't done it yet. Split the section in the front, rotate him round. Let's get hose head's head as such, which has gone missing. Pop him on. Make sure the gimmick still works, which it does. And pop his helmet on. And there we go. I have a unbroken G1 hose head again. Let's hope this one lasts a little bit longer than the first one I had. Yeah, I'm over the moon that he's managed to be fixed. So let's now cut and let's get him all cleaned off and get him ready for stickers. So next up on the hose head agenda is dealing with this little bit of silver paint that's missing on his nose and chin. All I'm going to do, use a bit of dry brushing with that silver paint, and I'm literally just going to get the smallest amount on my brush. So I'm not dry brushing it on, that didn't quite work, but it's starting to look a lot better already. I'm just touching up that paint ever so slightly. I think we're probably there. I think that will do. I don't want to make it look too perfect, but I just wanted to take that redness away, and I think we've achieved that there. The next job we need to do is start to take these stickers off, and as you can see I've started to peel some of them off now. As you can see I've started to peel some of them off. Now as you can see you end up with this horrible white residue. I think the key thing is to get the majority of the sticker off and minimise the amount of stuff you've got staying on there. So you can see on the couple of stickers I've taken off, we've got this horrible white residue. I'm going to use my old friend, lighter fluid. Feels a bit odd putting lighter fluid on a fire engine. Seems a little bit counterproductive, but there you go. We're going to put a little bit of this. I'm using a baby wipe here, but you could use a towel or anything like that. And all we're going to do is we're going to work this into this section here. And as you can see, it starts to take off all that stickiness, all that white residue left by the sticker, and also will help a nice flat background for when you actually put on your new stickers. So yeah, looks pretty good. So I'm going to get the rest of these off and I'll show you what it looks like. So as you can see, I've stripped him down and taken off all the stickers. You can see there's a little bit of residue there, but I'll keep working away at those to get them flat. I'm going to give him a little bit of a wipe down, and then virtually he's ready to be re-stickered. So today I've had a number of stickers come from Toy Hacks. I've got some Springer stickers, I've got some landfill stickers, I have some Pretender Starscream stickers, some Swoop stickers, so excited about putting those on, and Hosehead. So we can finish our little video today. So I've got a little confession to make. I thought I recorded myself putting the stickers on, and I didn't. I actually recorded the bit where I was preparing to put the stickers on and not the stickers themselves, which is a really stupid thing to do. But I'm sure we've all put stickers on before, so it's not the end of the world. But now we have Hosehead, and he's complete and he's looking beautiful. These stickers, what I did notice actually from taking the stickers off quite recently and then reapplying the new ones, is these are foil based, completely foil, no paper on there at all, whereas the original ones had like kind of a paper lining. But we can see lovely Hosehead. His nose has been touched up, his new stickers have been applied, he's got knees at, well, a transformation joint that works. He looks absolutely beautiful. The one thing I said I was looking to get for him, which I haven't done as of yet, is the ear kind of parts, simply because when I have seen them on eBay, they're just too expensive and I can't justify spending that amount on those parts. But I will have a look for some reproduction ones if possible. So while we're here, we might as well do a little review of him. So no articulation in the head. The arms can do a full 360. And that is about it for articulation. A bit, the legs move together, but that's essentially all you're going to get. You can remove his head. And you do have the gimmick actually where you can see his tech specs inside. But you can remove his head. And then you get this lovely little figure. Little dude. I don't know what his name is actually. And then to transform him, really simple. You shove the arms in. You flip the arms back, you rotate the front section around, which I'm still scared about doing because of what happened last time. You fold the front panels in, you flip these down, should have done that first, alright. Then you put the seat, like so, should clip in, the other way around, the other way around, Rich. And there he is in his fire engine mode, and I think you'll agree he looks absolutely stunning. I'm really chuffed with this. From the worst purchase at TFM when it snapped in my hands to something I've had so much fun with restoring and bringing back to how it should be. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the subject matter, me restoring toys. I'd like to do more of it. Leave a comment below if you want to see more of this kind of stuff. I've been Zork Rider, and I'll catch you again soon.